Hey, what's up, guys? Showtime Shred Fans over here. Size, growth, get big. Alright, so, I heard on the news somebody got 110 years for, and I watched, like, a little bit of it too. Like, the guy was, like, traumatized, in tears, freaking having nightmares, can't sleep, feels horrible. He's remorseful about it. Getting 110 years, right? Dude's brakes went out on him. It wasn't his fault. Crashed his car, 4 people get killed. I thought, okay, poor guy who's, consequences of, drinking or doing drugs or whatever. No, guess he was an illegal immigrant, but that doesn't have anything to do with if he's going to crash the fucking car or not, right? So, that's out. So, taking toxicity of drugs, alcohol, whatever else, okay, he was clean, sober, from the information I'm getting. Okay, if I'm getting any of this wrong, put in the comments below. Let me know what I'm missing. Accidentally gets in a car. Accidentally gets in an accident. Accidentally kills 4 people. And that kind of stuff happens all the time, guys. It can happen to any one of us as a victim, or we can just be the person who is found at fault, right? And I had a buddy who was not my friend. He was a friend of my parents, right? It was a long time ago when I was a kid. And he accidentally killed somebody. He was a motorcyclist. And he was at fault. And not only that, but he was drunk as a skunk, man. He's like at 1 point something, right? He was like way over the limit. So, and no faulty brakes and nothing, right? There's no reason to do what he did. He goofed up, right? Somehow could be circumstances that same thing might happen if you're sober. Unfortunately, if you're not, in the right frame of mind, you are intoxicated or on drugs or whatever, there is a possibility you're going to react different, right? And so, had he been sober, it may not happen, right? And unfortunately, you can't go back in time and redo everything and see what would happen, right? It's a done deal. So, he got found guilty, 7 years in prison, right? So, alcohol, accidentally killed somebody, 7 years. No alcohol, no drugs, accidentally killed somebody, 110 years. There's something wrong with that. That's fucking wrong. That's racism, it's discrimination. Dude was brown, they fucked him. Supposedly immigration, everything, right? Illegal, or whatever. Trail of Tears and all that stuff, put smallpox in there, and took over the land of the people who taught us how to frickin' cultivate and live off the land, right? And then we call it Thanksgiving. Thanks, guys, right? And, so I don't appreciate that much, right? Because I've led Indian in my family. So, Sioux Indian. And so, my grandpa, when he passed away, the bullet holes of the robe that Sitting Bull was shot in was in his possession. He grew up on an Indian reservation, whole 9 yards. So, if this isn't fucking an example of fucking racism and discrimination, then I don't know what is, right? And so, I'll make an agreement with the United States of America if my facts are right, and this guy just got railroaded, and he's gonna spend 110 years in prison, which is bullshit, he's probably gonna kill himself anyways, at least let him go free and fucking do it, on his own, or with his family, whether that be here in the United States, or somewhere else. But let him just, do his own thing, live his life and get therapy and get happy, or blow his brains out on his own. But don't fucking make him sit 110 years in hell, right? He's gonna be in hell in his mind for the rest of his life anyways, because he's remorseful. You can tell by the way he was on television, he's traumatized. He's gonna be that way for the rest of his life. There's no punishment that can be worse than what he's going through already in here. So, that 110 is just, it's just, insult to injury. And so I'll make this the United States government for fucking him like that. If you let him go, I'll take his place, not do his time, but I'll do the death penalty. You can inject me, and I'll take the death penalty, and I'll take his place. You let him go free. Because you say, what about the victims' families? It was a fucking accident, dumbasses. And how do you think his family fucking feels right now? Seeing their kid fucking traumatized and going through living hell. You're gonna have to spend 110 years like that, right? Your kid's already over it. you guys go through the trauma and fucking get over it. He's got to live with that fucking bullshit for the rest of his life, and fucking pay a penalty on top of it. Okay, so his life is already over as it is. You can't get those people back. You can torture the guy, you can put him in prison, you can put him to death, you can do whatever you want. Those family members ain't coming back anyways. It was a fucking accident. Let him go free. And fucking, what's wrong with people these days? You know, it's not justice. Guy was in prison for killing his best friend on the 4th of July, and I get it, maybe the guy deserved it, right? And maybe he didn't. Maybe this guy's just a bad guy, he's a fucker, and he's fucking blew him away for no reason. But maybe he fucking slept with the dude's wife or something, right? So maybe he deserved to die, you know? I'm not the judge of that or anything, right? And that's why we're not supposed to shoot people, but if that's what happened, I understand. But then the other dude is going out, he's going free, but fucked a little 8-year-old boy or girl and gets to go free after 7 or 8 years. So you mean to tell me you can sodomize a child and get 8 years, but then it's an accident, you're not even drunk or intoxicated, and you get 110 years. What's wrong with this country? That's not cool. So let that guy go free. I'll take his fucking place. I'll take the death penalty on one condition. Fucking gotta take care of my family, because otherwise my mom and dad are gonna be mad at me. They're already pissed off at me anyways. So government takes care of my family, fucking whacks me, fucking lets that guy go free, and then my wife and kids won't be pissed off at me, and my mom and dad won't be mad at me anymore. Because everybody's happy, lives a fucking happy fucking life. The families can get their fucking therapy and everything else. But acting like, whoa, you know, life is sacred and everything else. It depends on who you fucking talk to, right? Because sometimes you live with certain fucking people or in certain situations, and death is a fucking hell of a lot better than life in certain circumstances. I've died before, it ain't that fucking bad. Had an out-of-body experience, it was fucking fantastic. I'd rather do that than fucking go 110 years. I'd rather be the victim in that fucking wreck and die instantly than fucking spend 110 years in prison. I'd do that any day of the fucking week, right? So, I don't know what the fuck they were smoking by thinking this is justice, but that ain't fucking justice, right? Like I said, unless I'm fucking mixing something, okay? Sounds to me like they were brown, they wanted to say it, a scapegoat. Probably somebody of influence and power was in that fucking explosion or in that family of the victims or something like that. Somebody wanted some fucking heads to roll, and they go, okay, it's an illegal immigrant, let's fucking put him in prison for 110 years. That's not justice, that's bullying, that's bullshit, that's racism, that's discrimination, and that ain't justice, and that's not the United States of America that I've grown up knowing. But they've been disappointing me lately. That's not a good example of what we do as Americans. So didn't do the right thing. That was not the right thing to do. Alright, this is Showtime Shred Fitness over here. Size, growth, get big, take care, God bless.